Hi friends, welcome back to another video, and in today's tutorial we'll be making the infamous French beret. It's a very easy design to work out and it doesn't consume a lot of yarn. It only needs one simple stitch and it's beginner friendly. So grab your hook, grab your yarn, and let's work this out. For this tutorial you will need a milk cotton yarn or any lightweight yarn, 3.75 or 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. I'll be using the number 5 US hook, a darning needle for weaving in the ends, and a tape measure. To begin, you're going to make a slip knot, and with your number 5 hook or 3.75 millimeter hook, you're going to chain 2. So the chain 2 will act as a chain 1 and a magic loop. We'll use the first chain as our magic loop. So in that first chain, you're going to insert your hook, work a single crochet, and continue until you have 8 single crochets in that first chain. So when you have 8 single crochets, you'll be done with your first round, and for round 2 we're going to work an increase on each stitch. So working in the back loop only, insert your hook in the first stitch, then place 2 single crochets, and from this round you're going to mark every first stitch of every round. So place your marker on that first stitch on the front loop only. Then continue placing an increase on each stitch around. So at the end of round 2 you should have 16 single crochets on the back loop only. So I've done my increase on each stitch, and at the end I have 16 single crochets. So our third round you're going to increase after every 1 stitch. So what you're going to do, work 1 single crochet on the first stitch, back loop only, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch, back loop only. So this beret we're going to work only on the back loop all around our work. Then replace your marker on the first stitch and continue with the pattern, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next, and at the end of your round you should have 18 single crochets. So continue and I'll meet you at the start of round 4. So I'm back. I've done all stitches on my round 3, and on round 4 we are going to increase after every 2 stitches. So work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, back loop only, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, back loop only, then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So an increase on every 3rd stitch. So continue with that, placing an increase on every 3rd stitch until you reach the end of your row, of your round. And round 5 you're going to increase on every 4th stitch. Round 6 you're going to increase on every 5th stitch, and continue that, working a perfect circle until the diameter of your work measures 10 inches if you're working an adult size of the beret. So continue and I'll meet you when you're through with your circle or your rounds, or until you have 10 inches across your work. So remember, I'm working with a 3.75 millimeter hook and a lightweight yarn. If you're working with a different size of hook and a different size of yarn, just go ahead and measure the length of your work. So I went ahead and finished my rounds, and I did a total of 20 rounds across. And to measure my work so that you can see, it measures 10 inches. So when your work measures 10 inches, you proceed to the next step. So if you're working the same number of rounds as me, you'll be going to round 21. For round 21, you're not going to add any increase anywhere. So what you're going to do is you're going to work one single crochet back loop only on each stitch all around, and I'll meet you on round 21. So single crochet back loop only all around your work. Remember to replace this on the top stitch. So continue placing one single crochet back loop only, and I'll meet you on the next round. So after working one round of no increases at all, we're going to add another round. So we're going to do 2 rounds of no increases, no decreases. So repeat round 21 once more, and then we'll start decreasing on round 22. So for round 21, you're going to work one single crochet back loop only all around your work, and then I'll meet you on round 23. Sorry, this is round 22. So round 22, also work one single crochet back loop only. I'll meet you on round 23 when you're now starting the decreases. So just go ahead and repeat the previous round, and when you're done, I'll show you on how to decrease the next set of rounds. So I went ahead and finished my second round of no increases and no decreases, and on the next round you're going to start shaping the bottom of our beret. So the top is complete, and you're now starting to shape the bottom that folds on this line. So what you're going to do is, remember our last round of increases, we increased on the 19th stitch. On the 20th round, we increased on every 19th stitch. So what you're going to do, you're going to decrease on every 19th and 20th stitch. So just to show you, single crochet back loop only on the first stitch. Remember to replace your marker. And then go ahead by working single crochets back loop only on the next 17 stitches. So you're going to have 18 stitches of single crochet, and then I'll meet you when you're decreasing on the 19th and 20th stitch. So after working 18 stitches, you're going to decrease on the 19th and 20th stitch. So insert your hook on the back loop only, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook on the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all those 3 loops, and then continue placing one single crochet in the next 18 stitches, always working on the back loop only. After working 18 single crochets, you're going to work a decrease on the next 2 stitches. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, go in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. So you're going to repeat that all around your work, and I'll meet you at the end of round 24. Sorry, at the end of round 23. So I went ahead and finished my round, and on the next round you're going to decrease on every 18th and 19th stitch. Remember the previous round when we decreased on the 19th and 20th, so this round you're going to decrease on the 18th and 19th stitch all around. So go in the first stitch, work a single crochet back loop only, replace your marker, then single crochet the next 16 stitches, so you have a total of 17 stitches, and at the next 2 stitches you're going to work your decrease. So repeat this, decreasing on every 18th and 19th stitch until you reach the end of your round. So I'll meet you on the next round. So I went ahead and finished my row 24, and as you can see, it is starting to fold. So what you're going to do, row 25, you're going to work round 25, you're going to work 1 single crochet back loop only all around without making any decrease. And then round 26 and 27, you're going to have a decrease, 28 no decrease, 29, 30 decrease. So I'll meet you at the end of round 30. So you can also reference the written pattern on our blog to see the number of stitches you should end up with at the end of every round. But remember, the round 24 will decrease on every 18th and 19th stitch. So round 26 you're going to decrease on 17 and 18. Round 27 you're going to decrease on 16 and 17. And then round 28 you're going to work 1 single crochet all around without decrease. Round 29 you're going to decrease on the 15th and 16th, and then 14th and 15th. But you can check the written pattern on the blog. So I'll continue and I'll meet you at the end of round 30, and I'll show you how to proceed from there. So I went ahead and finished my 30 rounds, and this is how my work looks like. You can see it's starting to shape this part. So what you're going to do, you're going to add 3 more rounds. So for this next round, since round 29 and round 30 were decreases, the next round, round 31, is going to be 1 single crochet on each stitch all around. So don't decrease anywhere. Always remember, working on the back loop only. So since I had 112 stitches on this 30th round, round 31 I'm also going to have 112 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end of my round. So I've gone ahead and finished my round 31, and round 32 you're going to work a decrease. So since round 30 we decreased on the 14th and 15th stitch, this round 32 we're going to decrease on the 13th and 14th stitch. So single crochet back loop only the first 13 stitches. After working we work the first 12 stitches. So after working 12 stitches, work the next 2 stitches single crochet 2 together, and continue single crochet the next 12 stitches, and on the 13th and 14th stitch you're going to make a decrease. So repeat that, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. So I went ahead and finished my round 32, and the round 33, which will be our last round of single crochets, we're going to do our last decrease. So single crochet the first stitch, back loop only, then single crochet the next 10 stitches. So you're going to have 11 stitches, and then decrease on the 12th and 13th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So our decreases are going to be on the 12th and 13th stitch. So work your decrease, then continue 11 stitches and decrease on the 12th and 13th stitch. So repeat that also until the end of your round, and I'll meet you on the last part of our beret. So I've went ahead and finished my 33 rounds, and this is how your beret looks like at this point. You can leave it here, or you can proceed to work on the brim. So for the brim, it's a very easy design, but the single crochets are over. So for the next 3 rounds, you can put 5 rounds of brim or 3 rounds of brim. So for the brim, what you're going to do is you're going to work slip stitches on the back loop only. So insert your hook on the back loop, then work a slip stitch. Replace your marker, and then continue working slip stitches on each stitch all around your work. So go ahead, work slip stitches, and I'll meet you at the end of this round 34. So I finished my round 34, and this is how it looks like here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue working slip stitches on the back loop only until I achieve my desired size of the brim. But for this particular one, I'm going to add only 2 more rounds, so I'll have a total of 3 rounds of the brim, but you can have 5 or 6 depending on how long you want the brim to be. So go ahead, add those 2 more rounds, and I'll meet you when you're weaving in the end. So I went ahead and did 3 rounds of the brim, and what I'll do from here is just cut your yarn, then pull this one through, and with your darning needle you're going to weave in or sew in this loose end. So just feed it in your needle, and then you want to go through the back loop of this first stitch, then pull it to seal in that gap. Sorry if this is not focusing here like this. Then go behind your work and weave it in. So at this point you can just remove the marker. So I'll pause this weaving in at this point, work on the stem, and then I'll do this later. So that's how you do it. You can see this edge is seamless. So from there you're going to work the stem and attach it here, and then we'll be done with our work. So to work the stem, you're going to grab your yarn and then make a slip knot. With your hook you're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is how long the stem will be. Then add 1 more chain, then yarn over and turn your work. Working on the back bumps, you're going to skip the first chain, and on this second chain make a half double crochet on the back bump. So that's 1. Continue working only half double crochets on the back bump until you have a total of 8 half double crochets. So when you have 8 half double crochets across, you're going to chain 2 and turn your work, and then on this side you're going to work half double crochet on each stitch, starting with the first stitch, and continue until you have 8 half double crochet stitches. So you have 2 rows of half double crochets. So our last row you're going to chain 1 and then fold the 2 rows in half. So what you're going to do from here, you're going to insert your hook on the first stitch on both sides. So here, go on this other side and insert your hook on that first stitch, then you make a slip stitch. So go on the next stitch also on both ends like this, and grab your yarn and work a slip stitch. So continue this until the end of your stitches. After completing your stitches, you're going to cut your yarn. Just leave a bit longer tail for joining it on our main beret, then pull it through and feed it on your needle. grab your main heart or the beret, and you want to attach it here at the center. So go on any stitch on that first round and pull it to the inside, and then on the opposite side we are going to insert this other end. So after pulling them here in the inside, you can go ahead and tie them together. Then you can leave it at that, or you can go ahead and weave and sew it. So grab that longer tail and you want to sew this stem on the first round. So go on any stitch on the stem and the first round. And when you've sewn it all around, you're going to go inside that stem and then push your needle in the heart. Then on this wrong side, you can also go ahead and sew it all around. So I'll go ahead and weave in these loose ends, and I'll show you my work at the end and how it looks like. So I went ahead and weaved in all the ends, and this is how it looks like from the inside. And then this is how it looks like from the outside. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Until next time, stay safe and God bless you. Thank you and bye.